Friendly Festival. Well, of course, next weekend.
The lights just went out, bro.
You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. A haunted house, just days before Halloween. What's the worst that could happen? Well, let me take you back to the beginning. Hey guys, I'm at the May Stringer house in Brooksville, Florida, and if you're new to Florida, this is actually one of the most haunted houses in the state. Ghost hunters have come from all over and have had all kinds of experiences, and some people have reported seeing spirits, so I'm definitely a little nervous about today, but let's go inside and let's check it out. Tammy, my tour guide, has absolute nerves of steel. She's been a volunteer at the house for 6 years, and she says she was a little skeptical of anything paranormal before working here, but her experiences in the house have changed her opinion.
Well, the original house was actually built in 1856, and it was a 4-room structure. So this is the parlor for the original 4-room structure. It was only this room, the dining room next to it, and the 2 bedrooms above us.
John May, the owner of the property, built this house for his wife Morena and their daughters Matilda and Annie. However, 2 years after the house was finished, John died of tuberculosis, leaving behind a widowed Morena.
She got remarried to a Confederate soldier, and they actually got married in this room on Christmas Day in 1866. Morena and Frank Saxon, her new husband, they had a newborn baby boy who had died 5 weeks after he was born. She actually died in childbirth for their second child, who wound up surviving. Her name was Jessie May.
Sadly, though, Jessie May died 3 years later from unknown causes. John, Morena, Jessie May, and the infant son of Frank and Morena are all buried on the property. Passing through the dining room, Tammy brings me to this staircase.
A lot of people have felt stuff on that staircase, including myself. There was actually one day where I was setting up for a ghost tour, and I was with my partner Autumn, and I thought she had gone up the staircase to turn the lights on. Until I turned and I saw her in the gift shop at the back of the house. And I look at her, I'm like, did you not just go up the stairs? She's like, no, I've been here the whole time. I'm like, I'm gonna go outside for a bit. And then we started hearing noises on the staircase.
Sorry, I won't be going up that staircase then. Tammy took me around the kitchen, showing me how life would have been like in the 1800s, and after that, she takes me to the doctor's office inside the house. After Frank Saxon sold the home, it eventually made its way to Dr. Sheldon Stringer. He then added 10 rooms to the house, so it's the size that it is today, and this office served as his medical practice.
So it was common for doctors to run their businesses out of their homes as well. In those days, you didn't go to the doctor for a checkup. The common cold probably was serious back then.
Well, we're not sure what exactly went on in his office. Tammy says amputations and all kinds of surgeries could have taken place right here. Tammy then takes me up to the second floor of the house and shows me this bedroom.
This is the room that Dr. Stringer and his wife shared.
It's also the room where other spirits supposedly like to hang out.
There is another spirit that likes to hang out here. We call him James. He was a World War I soldier. He was a guest who was staying with the family for a while. And as the stories go, he was heartbroken because his fiance had married someone else. He's playful, and since he was a soldier, he's also a protector. And he's one of our more comfortable spirits. And we have a couple of girls that don't like to go in certain areas of the house because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And they'll actually ask James to walk with them.
And Tammy has had some personal experiences with James.
Basically, I was standing right here. So the K2 was here, and I had my phone out in front of me about here. So I'm just sitting here telling him, thank you, I love being here, I love the house, thank you for letting us in your home, and, everything. And it took me a few weeks to actually go back and listen to it, because I was still kind of skeptical at that time. About halfway through, you could hear this deep sigh, like somebody had just taken like a deep breath, and you could tell it was not me, because when I'm talking, the phone was closer to far enough you couldn't hear my breath that loud. You could hear the tone of my voice and my breaths as well, and this was totally different. You could hear something, somebody was saying something, but you couldn't tell what it was saying at all.
We leave James in the room and head up to the attic.
That light, come on.
Oh God.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. Tammy says the attic is where paranormal investigators love to hang out.
We believe that this very possibly could have been the servants' quarters during the stringer years, or even during the rental years as a playroom or a kid's room.
It's also the home of many spirits like Gary, who's attached to this trunk. He's also nicknamed Mr. Nasty for his colorful language.
He's very moody, sarcastic, he's a prankster.
But no sign of Gary while we're in the room, so we make our way back to the entrance of the house. Just as I'm about to pack up my things, Tammy and I are chatting about the house. She suddenly stops talking and looks over at this white door where my camera had been pointing the whole time. Look closely at the bottom of the door frame.
It happen all the time, but...
What? What was that? What? No, oh god, no, are you serious? Tammy motions to the door but shrugs it off by saying it could be the wind. Yeah, maybe I can convince myself it's the wind. We were expecting some bad weather anyway. We keep chatting about their upcoming haunted house for Halloween when all of a sudden...
This year our Ghost Fest, which consists of the haunted house and a family festival, well, of course next weekend...
The lights just went out, bro. Can I go outside? Yeah, you bet I got out of that house as fast as possible. Whether it was the rain or something a little more spooky, I guess we'll never know. Alright, so we're at the end of the tour, and if you don't believe in ghosts, you definitely will after coming and visiting this house. And maybe you won't sleep for a few nights either. If you're considering the move to Florida, or maybe you're already here, tell me what you want to know about. You can email me at mjones@10tampabay.com, or you can find me on Twitter at KatieJonesTV.